All right, so as many of you all know, I am a very passionate and compassionate leader, if you would say the least. But one of the things that really bothers me is to see how the people of God, quote unquote, are so lazy. Like I see people who would solicit prayer, solicit everything that they can solicit from others before undertaking the work. And I think that in this time, it's a different season. Like, if you don't see everything going on, if you don't understand the breakdowns that's being brought before you, I don't know what would open your eyes. And I think a lazy spirit has a lot to do with what we are facing. And I think that, folks around here, I don't care whether you're a millionaire. If you're poor in spirit, I don't want to be around you. If you're fearful in spirit and are not willing to do what it takes, to undertake the process to seek heavenly help so that you're not plagued with that spirit anymore. I don't find value in being around people like that because I understand that Satan is going to get the best of them right in these last days. And I think that for these people who have been stuck up in a church house for thousands and thousands of years, I believe for the people who believe that God's grace is just sufficient, like I don't have a role in this, I don't have to do anything. Listen, when people want a different body, you got people who go get a quick fix and go get a BBL and whatever else they got to go get, and it's no shade to them or anything like that. I'm just saying people understand the law of putting forth an effort to get the results that you want. And I don't understand why people in the spirit realm feel like it is different, because it's not. No, you can't expect your mama, your daddy, or whoever else's prayers to carry you. It's time out for that. And I think a lot of people are trying to distract, yet again, whether it's with traveling, whether it's with, going to your favorite restaurants. When all this stuff shuts down yet again, because it will, what will you do then? God provides us space, time, and opportunity to get it right. Yet people take this space, time, and opportunity for granted. And it won't always be here. It won't always be allotted to us because the Word of God says, seek me now when I can be found. But a lot of people aren't seeking God. A lot of people are seeking the things of this world. And it just grieves my heart, from this perspective of like, wow, people are really going to lose their soul. They're going to be the first to die. They think that they have a sure in into the kingdom because their father, is a pastor, preacher, bishop, reverend, whatever the case may be, because their mother is a mother of the church or whatever else. But don't you know somebody else's righteousness does not overcome yours? No, every man got to work out his or her own soul salvation. So I know that you guys spend time giving to pastors that will tell you, sow this seed and do this and do that, and your life is going to change. But don't you know that's not right? Don't you know God is not a God that money can buy your way into heaven? Heaven's gates does not accept your form of currency. I don't care where you are. Whether it's euros, pesos, whatever it is, God's not accepting that. Baby, you got to come with better than that. And so I know a lot of people, even on this platform, you say, Chris, will you pray for me? Or, X, Y, and Z. But have you taken the process to do what you have to do? Because I can intercede for you, but now what will you do? I have fasted and prayed for people who chose to stay in their sin. They knew the way that they could go. And now it's time for me to depart. There's nothing more that I can give to you. I've given people revelation behind dreams. Hey, God sent me this dream. I just wanted to let you know this. This is putting you up on game. This is what's pending for you and your family. But they don't want to take heed to that. But just pray for me. Just sacrifice your body and fast for me. But I'm going to stay in my sin. But I pray that God honors what you're doing on my behalf. I know you lying. This is not the season for that. And again, my prayer is that we all see Zion. That's the promise, right? But everybody's not going to be a part of the promise, whether they have your bloodline, whether they're a sibling, whether they are your mother or your father, because the truth is you may make it, but your mama may not. You may make it, but your sisters and brothers may not. And on another note, I really encourage you, For those who will accept you, allow them to accept the word of God that lives inside of you. But don't become discouraged by the people around you where you're trying to give them the picture. You're trying to, give them something, because the word of God says their eyes have been blinded for a reason as well. But at the same time, if God has opened some people's eyes, go where you're accepted. Yeah, the Bible also says a prophet is only without honor in his own home. That means the people closest to us sometimes won't accept the revelation that God has given us, and that's all right. Be confident, though, in what God is saying to you, because in this hour, baby, nothing else matters but the Spirit of God. People think their money can buy their way into a safe haven. God says, baby, you could be in the sea. I'll find you. You can be in your underground bunkers. I will find you. You're not hiding. This is bigger. God is omnipotent, all-seeing, and all-knowing. God's going to find each and every person who is working iniquity in this hour. And the one thing that we have to face and realize is that some of the people we love, they are workers of iniquity. They are actively practicing in witchcraft. That's what it is. What are we to do? You sent the warning. There's nothing more that can come from that at this point in time. So at the end of the day, dust your feet. And for those who are preparing, for Zion, for this great and glorious day, because the Bible, explains the returning of the Lord as a great and dreadful day. It's great for those who have followed the laws of God and who are prepared to be in his bosom. But for those who have defied him actively, knowing or unknowingly, it's going to be a dreadful day. But the Lord promises that I won't return until everybody has had a chance at salvation. People are refusing in this hour what is good, denying what is good for what is of Satan. What are you to do? Nothing else. Just continue to do what God assigned you to do. Don't become aggravated. Don't become frustrated. I know it's grieving, because when God gives you a mantle to carry, it's heavy. The weight of glory is very heavy. But at the end of the day, do what God called you to do. Be happy. Be cheerful, because this is great for us, but it's dreadful for other people. You're trying to get everybody on board, but everybody will not be saved. Let this message serve as a form of solace in your spirit. God, your chosen people, they'll get the message. And I won't let anybody else deter me from what you have called me to do. Love you much.